Hey everyone, it's Diaz, your favorite StarBreak player. Right. So let's talk about zooming. Just we'll do this quick, okay? So basically, the way most of us play on the web would be by selecting the maximum resolution. So I mean, most of you know this. If you don't, check this out. So you select the maximum resolution that's on as is available to you. You select that and you would click done, and that's it. And then you would go into Chrome, so you're already in Chrome. Go click on the settings, the three bars at the top right, and you would zoom out, right? So this would be like my default max resolution. If we have a look at this in game, this is how it looks like. And then I can go up to 75%, and it gives way more view, more real estate to work with, to see, to play more properly, I guess. Let's get out of here. Now, this, of course, is not for everyone. I mean, it depends on your system. Also, your resolution. I have a laptop. I'll sometimes play on it, and the resolution on that is like 1280 by 800, which is crazy small. And I can only like go to 90% sometimes in some levels because it's an old laptop from 2010. It's not as strong as my PC, and obviously, even if I zoom to 75%, I don't see the same as on my main PC monitor, which is at 1920 by 1200 mega megapixels pixels. So that's my resolution, and obviously, I see way more. And this is like one of the controversial things. Like Crunchy says they don't want to do anything about it, but the player base does it anyway because they really think it's necessary. But hey, we're not game designers. What the fuck do we know? Anyways, so that's that. So anyways, there's also the Steam version, obviously, right? A lot of people from Steam have might have switched over to the web version because of the zooming issues. And good guy Atomizer, you may remember him from a couple of my, one of my videos a few weeks ago. I forgot the tool he did, but it was pretty revolutionary. That I'm sure, because Crunchy had made a change and implemented his thing, which I forgot why. I forgot what he did. I'll just whatever, I'll search for it and just put it on screen so you'll see. Anyways, Steam, right? Fucking Steam. So the problem was on Steam is that it's locked to your resolution. There's no zoom feature like on Chrome, so it sucked. It sucked for a while until Atomizer did something about it. Without him, we still would have been playing on the web version. And the main thing about Steam is not only can you now zoom, but it's like a more stable version of the game. A lot of you might have the lost connection issue, and I sometimes do get it as well, even though like my network connection is mint. It happens. It happens to all of us. But the player base that have been playing on the Steam version mainly for the past few weeks have reported that it's so much better, so much more stable. So they've migrated to the Steam version thanks to Atomizer's script. So we'll have a look at that, and I'll give you a tutorial how to install it. Unfortunately, Mac users, it won't work for you. You would have to use some sort of a Windows virtual machine thing. I'm not very super tech savvy. I just know enough to get by in life. But yeah, so you'll have to look into that. Atomizer script. First of all, I'm going to switch over to the GitHub website. So this is his page, Atomizer, as you see in the top left. StarBreak Zoom for StarBreak Steam Edition. As you can see from the files listed in the executable that you need to download, I mean, you could just beforehand click on each file and inspect the code, the matrix. Like, if you know something about this, whatever, I think it looks good. So, it's at your own risk, but obviously, I mean, Atomizer, he's been around since Realm of the Mad God days. He made a bunch of freaking amazing tools, so I trust him. I mean, these are just AHK scripts anyways. AHK means for auto hotkey. What it does, is basically a tool which you can write your own scripts to facilitate your life in some way, if that's the best. I mean, just Google it. I can't. I don't do this. I don't do definitions, so you could just check that out. But anyways, it's harmless, I'm sure. Unless something happens, I mean, I'm not responsible for whatever happened to your PC. But anyways, you can read through this. So the instructions are as following. So you have to make sure that your StarBreak Steam app game is in windowed mode first, and then you just download the thing. You click on release, and it's the first link over here, sbzoom.exe. So I'll download that to my I'll download that to my desktop. Save. All right, there we go. So that's saved. We'll have a look at my desktop in a bit. So this not only contains the zoom out feature, but also has a bigger HP text display that you can customize here, it says, and also an added secondary HP bar display on the top of the screen, toggleable in settings. So basically, I mean, this is kind of efficient, since you'll be zooming out. Even in game, on the web version, you were zooming out, and if you probably noticed how small your HP bar was, and it was kind of annoying to having to look all over across the screen to somewhere else where your character wasn't, to keep an eye on your health. But this makes it much easier, so you could just look at it from the corner of your eyes more clearly. And also the secondary HP bar, it's like it's a visual display. I mean, it might be useful to you if you like that. I'll go back. So for the remaining of the instructions here, put the executable in a separate folder, and we'll drop some files next to it. So unless you want a messier desktop or whatever folder you're putting it in, that's why he wrote that you should make a separate folder. And then on first start, show where the game is located. We'll have a look at that, and loader will sit in tray. You can launch the game. So now we're on my desktop. As you can see, there's a bunch of crap on it. And then at the end, we have SB Zoom. So what we'll do, like the instructions said, we'll create a new folder first. Just call it as SB Zoom, just like the file name. We'll put that, slide it in there, and then we'll go into it. So now that we're into it, just double click, run it if you don't have this message, or if you do, I mean, run. So now I kind of have a shortcut here. Usually you wouldn't be opening your, or it wouldn't open your window like this automatically with the Steam StarBreak game folder so conveniently. As you can see at the top right here, or at the top, local disk, program files, Steam apps, common, StarBreak, and you're in. So that's the file path to the StarBreak executable, which is mvmmo client.exe. That's the StarBreak executable. All you have to do is just select it once. I already did, and then you just double click on it, and now it has set the path in SB Zoom. If I click on my taskbar, you will see it there, Zoom Loader. It's the little secret trigger icon. that you see in game for secrets and shops, or actually just shops, I mean. So it's right there. Obviously, you'll have to activate this every time you boot up Windows, unless you're one of those never close down, shut down your computer type of people. But me, I do shut it down. So what you'll do is create a shortcut. I mean, this is if you want this file or this application to run automatically every time you boot up Windows. And what you have to do is you just slide this shortcut into your Windows startup folder. Why don't I just show it to you since I'm here? So you got to go into Start, All Programs, and look for Startup, which is right there. Right click it, click Open. These are the 3 programs I have set to start up every time my computer starts up, boots up Windows. So like I said, you put the shortcut, slide it into here, and now SB Zoom will be launching every time your computer boots up, and that's it. Right, so now that we have that done, so we got SB Zoom. Now let's boot up StarBreak on Steam to show you how this works. Alright, so there we go. So I have it in windowed mode. Don't forget to have that set before you launch this. I already had it set. So as you see now, it launched, but it's a little awkward because it's not filling the screen. As you can see in the top right and on the far right, there's like black bars. So now, as you might have seen in the on the GitHub website where Atomizer put some instructions, so you press plus and minus on your keyboard. So I'm going to press plus to zoom in, and then I'll press minus. Now you see it has rectified itself. So you see I can just minus to, wow, a lot. Right, one small detail I wanted to bring your attention to is that, as you've seen, I had to press plus and minus on my number pad button. So just to show you and clarify that, I meant the far right plus minus, not this or this, which is equal and plus on my keyboard. So these are the default keys, and then you have 0 to go back into your native resolution. So let's show you that again in game. So yeah, plus, minus, minus, plus. This is what I mean to zoom out, and then 0 goes back to your native resolution. You can change these shortcuts. You have to locate the zoom loader, the script, the whatever, the app. Right click, edit settings. It opens up a notepad. In my case, it's the zoom.ini file and the SB Zoom folder that you might have made wherever you put it. So over here, as you see, zoom, the keys, under keys, you got zoom in and zoom out. So numpad add is the thing I just showed you, this plus, and then numpad subtraction is the minus, and then 0, of course, 0. So you would have to change this to whatever you want. I'm guessing for those of you with a laptop that have a shortened keyboard, you might not have the part where, you have the number pad on the right side. So you would obviously have to change that to something else. You might have to Google, like if you're going to put the minus sign on the left side of my backspace, for example. Like on this example here, minus plus, maybe you could change it to that. I don't know what they're called officially as keys. You could just put a freaking letter instead if you don't want to overcomplicate things. So let's launch it back again. Whoops. StarBreak. There we go. And once again, it, as you can see here, there's black bars, top and the right. Press minus or plus, whatever, to make it fit to the edges. And then you could just minus or plus. So this is my default. Don't touch your resolution here after you do this, because it'll kind of mess it up. So don't select the maximum like you do on the web version. Just leave it as it is. It already auto detects it. Don't go full screen either. That's not recommended, I think. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it as it is. Let's go into game and see how this works. So this is the default. Now I'll zoom, I can zoom in. Obviously I don't want to do that. And I'll zoom out a lot. Wow, this is crazy. This is way too small. I mean, way too big. This looks okay. Okay, so this is the default. So I'll press minus once. I think this is like, this is appropriate, to be honest. It might be, meh, it's all right. This is way too much. Anyways, you can play around this yourself. I'll leave it at this. And you can obviously play around with it once you're like in game. So let me go into a level just quickly. So if you play around, you're not happy, maybe like zoom out even more. Wow. Holy shit, look at that. That's too much. So this is my default. I'm playing on a keyboard. I'm not so good. Jesus. Anyways, that's just an example. So as you can see also, top left, your HP numbers are way bigger than they would be on the web version. And also the notice the strip of green all the way to the top that runs across the screen, fills it up at the top. So that's the HP bar. As you may have noticed just now, I had gotten hit. Let me get hit again. As you see, the HP bar at the top, the green line also diminishes to match with your HP. So yeah, so that's how it works. Let's go full screen. I think it does work. I don't know. Yeah, the menu, like the mousing kind of screws up when you toggle. At least the arrow keys work. Let me zoom in. Done. See, you would have to zoom to your default level so that the mouse can get back to its normal clipping of the buttons in the menu, which is odd. Escape doesn't work. That's stupid. Is it because of the script, or is it natively like that in Steam? Because I can't remember. Not important, anyways. So you would have to use your mouse instead of escape at some point. What did I want to say? Yeah, so if you have any other questions, oh yeah, sorry, I was gonna try full screen. So how does this work? Ugh. Yeah, the mousing thing doesn't work properly. Anyways, it still kind of works. Don't mess around with it when you're like fighting a boss or whatever. That's crazy. So it'll work, and you have the stable version of Steam, obviously. You're good to go. And under HP, this is where you would increase the size. Hey, let's go in game actually and test this out live. So let's say I want to put, what if I do 5 bar? Oh, this is the bar actually. Let me change the size of the numbers to 50, and then you just click on save, and it doesn't do anything. Maybe if I close it. All right, so maybe if I exit game, exit, and then just relaunch the game. Let's see how that works. Let's go back in. Oh, my game crashed. Amazing. Maybe the numbers that I put were like too much. All right, so zoom in, out, first of all. Okay, there we go. Yeah, nice, nice. The numbers are all messed up. So, yeah, so I guess I have to make it smaller. Or if I zoom out, yeah, no, anyways. I mean, you could do whatever you want. I mean, it's not perfect, obviously. The tool is made by a player. It's not official. So we'll just go ahead and close, exit. So yeah, so basically you would have to go back, edit settings, and what was it, 1 and 28 was the default. I'll save that, close. So now I should be okay. Let's go back. And then, all right, so just wait for it to load like this, because it seems like if you go into play too fast, it'll crash. So I'm gonna press 0, no, okay, plus, and then 0. And there you go, so it's back to being fixed. And obviously everything else seems alright, so I'm gonna go back to native resolution and exit the game. So that's that. I just wanted to show you the shortcuts that you can change in the settings in the notepad file. But that's it. Alright, see you later.